Hey, welcome to the World Warriors of Capcom Cup Player Showcase. I'm Ultra David.
And I am James Chen. This is the series of videos where we go over all 32 players who are going to be competing at the Capcom Cup, which is going to be taking place in San Francisco at the PlayStation Experience from December 5th through December 6th. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with the Capcom Pro Tour or Capcom Cup, we've made a video where we kind of talk about it and introduce the whole tournament series that took place last year and now this year. Just check this YouTube channel, which is of course youtube.com/Capcom Fighters TV, for that intro video to find out everything you want to know about Capcom Pro Tour. But we are here to talk about the players.
And today, that player is going to be Gamerbee from Taiwan.
That's right. He's kind of like almost like a national hero. I remember the first year he did well at EVO, he came back to the airport and like people were there. He was on the news in Taiwan and such.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he has had a lot of success at EVOs. In my view, he's one of the top 5 Street Fighter 4 players throughout the life of the game.
Oh yeah.
Just because of the longevity and the success that he's had. So you mentioned EVO, that year was 2010.
Right.
He got 5th place.
Right.
But in EVO 2012, he got 2nd place. EVO 2013, he got 7th place. EVO 2014, he got 9th place. And then EVO 2015, he got 2nd place again.
So basically top 8 every year, right?
Just about. There's only one year in there where he's not at least just outside.
Yeah, so 4 top 8s and 1 9th place in 5 straight years of EVO. That's a track record right there. That is a track record. So.
Yeah, and this year has not been that much different. I mean, he's had a lot of sort of similar success. Some of his results this year include, and as well as the end of last year, DreamHack Summer 2014 2nd place, Southeast Asia Majors 2014 7th place, Showdown 5 1st place, Taiwan CPT 2nd place, Tiger Uppercut 2014 4th place, Saigon Cup 2014 2nd place, Red Fight District 3 2nd place, DreamHack Winter 2014 2nd place, South by Southwest Invitational 3rd place, NCR 2015 2nd place, Stunfest 2015 5th place, DreamHack Summer 2015 3rd, Sino Duel 1st, Tokyo Game Show 5th, and like I said, EVO 2015 2nd place.
Yeah.
There are a lot of top 8s in there. There's a lot of great success. Not even just top 8s, but top 4.
Right. And the crazy thing about it was, too, is that one streak that you read off, it was like second place, all happened at the end of last year. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with the history of the players from Capcom Pro Tour 2014, at the end of the year, Gamerbee went to so many events and tried to qualify. And he fell short. I think he was like the first or second person right outside of the points qualifiers.
And if you recall, it was a heartbreaking loss for him at DreamHack Winter, where he got 2nd. If he had won that, he would have been in.
You're right.
But he just barely missed it.
Yeah, and that event wasn't giving out any more points because it was too late in the year.
Right. You had to win it to make it into CPT finals. That's right.
And yeah, so he just missed out last year. And so one of the interesting things that I felt like he's kind of made an adjustment was that in 2014, he's known for using Adon, right?
Yes.
So he even made a splash onto the scene with Adon. At first, I remember I was just trying to look up Adon videos, and I kept seeing this Gamerbee guy fighting Daigo on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
And then he showed up at EVO, and I found out he wasn't from Japan, because I was like, what? This is NetPlay. I thought it was from Japan. But he's actually from Taiwan, and he came there, and he made a big splash. He defeated Justin Wong 1 year right after Justin Wong made it in the grand finals. So
that's
it was
right.
a really, really big deal. And he's only played Adon since then, all the way through the end of 2014. But in 2015, he's added Elena into his arsenal, and I think that's really made a huge difference for him.
I definitely agree. Yeah, and I feel that she fits with his style really, really well as well. I love his Adon. I mean, he's the guy who basically made Adon on a top level. But his Elena, I think, is really good. So you want to talk about his playstyle a little bit?
Sure, yeah, no problem.
What would you characterize his playstyle as?
So I talked to a lot of top players and stuff, and they say that Gamerbee is definitely like a player who likes to hit buttons. He's kind of aggressive. He takes a lot of risk. I mean, some people have even said he's almost like a Kazunoko light. Kazunoko's kind of like random uppercuts and stuff. Like Gamerbee will do a lot of wake up uppercuts or blocks blocks into uppercuts and stuff like that. And so a lot of people say that about him. And so I feel like he's kind of a fairly, you know, I don't want to call kinetic player, but you know, he likes to take actions.
Active.
So, yeah, active.
It's funny because I think of him as finding a spot on screen and then just staying there, pressing 8 on stand roundhouse or jaguar kick, or Elena crouching jab, and like that's it. I mean, he clearly is willing to take risks when it comes to up close situations. There's no doubt about that. But I feel like he oftentimes, at least in this last year or so, has not put himself into sort of risky spots very often. I feel like he's much more commonly at this like excellent range.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, I know I talk to a lot of people, and they say that he likes to hit buttons and such.
I think that's true. I just think he does it at a safe range, and he doesn't necessarily go in.
Well, I mean, to your point though, maybe he got that this year mostly from playing Elena. Because a lot of times when you play different characters, you learn different skills.
Yeah, that's true.
And so Elena might have taught him to be a little more calm. I don't know.
Well, in any case, he has very good spacing, very good reactions. I mean, all that stuff that you need.
I mean, and look, the reason why we point out Elena a lot is because that's who we're going to see him use for the most part in the match that we're going to watch. This is... normally we show the match where they qualify, so when they win it, they're actually officially qualified. Technically, he's already qualified at this point.
Right.
This is to get into grand finals from loser's side at EVO.
Loser's finals at EVO 2015.
And he's going up against Infiltration, and Momochi's waiting in grand finals. Now, Momochi and Infiltration have already qualified.
Right.
So Gamerbee is in, but this guy has finished, like we said, so high every year at EVO. There's a lot of money on the line.
Oh, sure.
And just a lot of pride as well. So there is no shortage of tension. And, I mean, this match, like, it's just weird. When you watch it and you know the stakes, oh, man, there's just, it's
full of really great moments. And moments that are great at explaining both players. Absolutely. But we're going to be looking at it from a Gamerbee perspective.
That's right. So let's go ahead.
Want to jump in there?
Yeah, let's just jump right in here.
All right.
Now, keep in mind, this is a long match. This is a historically, famously long match now.
That's right. Infil with Chun-Li. You know, we mentioned in the Infiltration video we did how many different characters he plays, and this time he went with Chun. Gamerbee starting off with Elena. You'll see he's just trying to build focus meter. He's just really trying to get Ultra. He has it. You'll see how many healings he brings in, just a ton.
I really wish I should put a healing counter on screen.
Really.
But no, this is Gamerbee's strategy. This is what he's going to do. He is going to focus fireballs and play around with healing. And the crazy thing about it is healing, there's 2 timings to it really. You cancel it right away or you let it rock. And you gain more life if you let it rock.
Yes.
Gamerbee plays around with the timing of whether he lets it rock or cancels it. And it actually kind of gets into Infiltration's head. It's really interesting. So here we go.
Right, so he was ready to let it go right there.
Yeah,
Let it go all the way, that is. And you'll notice, too, that both players are okay playing for the clock. Just playing very, very patiently. So this is the Gamerbee that I expect. I mean, he's playing at that range. He has a game plan, and it's not really to go in. It's just staying at range. And like, here he is. No, maybe he'll go in if he gets a knockdown, but that's about it.
Right.
I think you're right that was not historically his style, but I really think that's what he does now.
It was such a smart play for him to go with this character and to make sure that he played this way, because the interesting part about this, you know, Infiltration, obviously a very, very strong player, also one of the best of Street Fighter 4 of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But interestingly enough, this is one time I've seen almost kind of like a misplayed plan. He's throwing a lot of fireballs at Gamerbee, and that's exactly what Gamerbee wants.
Yeah, I mean, he is building some super over there on the bottom left, but at the same time, Elena's building so much life that she effectively has, 1,400 or so health because she gets 2 healings around.
Yep.
And it's hard to take off that much life.
Yeah, so Gamerbee is sitting there with healing. And look at this, 70 seconds, and basically both players are at a perfect now, even though he took a lot of chip. And Gamerbee, what he just does is he just picks his moments to get in there, and his execution has to be on point with his character.
Yes.
Elena, a character with a lot of tight links.
Yeah, difficult combos to time, that's for sure.
But as you can see,
but look at him now.
Mm-hmm.
Just hanging out, not pressing anything.
Yeah.
Just waiting. He sees the huge advantage in life, and he's fine with playing for time. And if there are a few more fireballs, then he'll just get even more life, and that's about it. Yeah. It's a very smart strategy.
Well, here's the thing, right? This is actually something I really wanted to talk about, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about it. During this point, because he was playing so defensive and healing all day, he actually started building an enemy out of the audience. The audience started booing him at some point in time because even though he's a huge fan favorite, people love him, but just this playstyle was really starting to irritate people. But here's the thing, right? It was absolutely the right way to play.
Oh yeah, and look at that. He won the first of the 3 that you need to get into EVO Grand Finals. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Do what you got to, and it's an important lesson that he learned. Losing to, I think it was Fudo at DreamHack Winter last year, where you just have to do whatever it takes.
That's right.
Get in
right.
there. Just make sure
he was using Elena at that very end. That's right.
But he had just started to pick it up.
Mm-hmm. He had just started playing her, and
in fact, in that match against Fudo, he had an important combo drop.
It was also a healing that he didn't activate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There was an ultra or super or something that he screwed up on. Yeah.
All right. Actually, we're gonna jump ahead a little bit here because Infiltration actually takes a pretty long time to decide what character he's going to go with. So we're going to jump a little bit ahead, and he is going to stick with Chun-Li.
Mm-hmm. But you can see the concentration on both players' faces there. Really thinking a lot about how to approach this. I love that start from Gamerbee because it's so different from how he played that entire first game. Now he's playing a very different style. He's good at that change-up.
Yeah, and Infiltration, again, see, it's just really interesting how he's willing to play this game with Gamerbee. And shout-outs to Gamerbee because he's just like, you know what? Fine, you're going to do that. I will keep absorbing fireballs. And right there, he lets it rock. And Infiltration...
good read by Infiltration,
he got the whole combo there. But you'll see a few times later on that Infiltration thinks he's going to cancel and he'll punish it early even though he let it rock. So it works out better for him. So I think right here, Infiltration thinks he's going to... Oh, he did cancel and he didn't even get anything. Wow. But yeah, every single time Infiltration thinks that he has a life lead, all of a sudden Gamerbee is right back in there.
Yeah, that's the risk of the playstyle that he's playing.
Yeah, and one of the things it's really nice to see too, and Gamerbee is one of the players best at this, is watching the evolution of Elena play. Because when people first started using her, EX Mallet Smash was such a powerful tool that everybody just kind of abused it, and it got to a point where it wasn't that great. And now what players like Gamerbee have learned is to use it sparingly.
Yeah, she was played as a kind of janky mix-up character at the start, but her footsie game is much, much better.
Yeah, really got to take advantage of that jumping fierce it is.
So finally now it's on Gamerbee to try to make a comeback happen. Oh god, that's so frustrating for Infiltration. Oh my god. I can't even imagine losing in that way.
Oh man.
That is tough.
Yeah, just right there, gained the life right back.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
There's one of those wake-ups. Yeah, there's one of those wake-ups from him. But right now, it's interesting because it feels like Infiltration kind of has an understanding. You see he's a little more aggressive. He's a little bit more going in against Gamerbee.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it's going to be really interesting to see how Gamerbee adjusts to Infiltration style. And here we go, trying to find an opportunity to use that healing. Hard knockdown, heal. Get some good life back, and just like that. Because that's the nice thing, too, is that whenever you get the healing setup, it's usually on a knockdown, which means you just did damage.
Right.
So it's almost like, think of it like a backwards combo.
Yeah, it's a damage trade.
Yeah.
Right? Normally, when you get a combo, the damage trade is entirely in your. It's 0 for you and whatever number for the opponent. But this time, it's like 200 for the opponent, or 200 lost for the opponent, and 200 gained for you.
Yeah.
So it's a weird swing.
Yep. And that's the thing, too, is that healing makes people angry. Like, I played Elena online at one point, and you could, even though it was online, you could sense the salt from the opponents, in that situation. And so that's one of the other advantages that healing gives you, is really kind of this mental... you see how Infiltration his game is getting interrupted. Infiltration can't play his game because Gamerbee has this healing ready to rock across the screen like this. And there it goes.
Oh, God.
Lets the whole thing rock. Infiltration thought he was going to cancel it, so all he gets is a sweet punish.
And you know what's frustrating is that Infiltration's own combo into Ultra is why Gamerbee had Ultra. But no, again, very smart strategy from Gamerbee. He's picking the right spots on screen. He's playing patiently. He has a strategy, and he's just not deviating from it. It's successful. So why would you change?
Right. And it's still working. And look at that. I have another healing.
Right, and that's a big threat.
Whoops. But here comes Infiltration.
Oh, that life. I mean, it's going to take a lot of work by Infiltration to make this comeback, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh, can he make it in?
Oh,
this
man.
match is full of moments like that.
Yes. There's just so much. Because that's the thing is that because he builds life in little chunks like that with Elena, every match is super close.
Yeah.
You just can't help it. But again, I mean, one of my favorite things to do is look at the players in between matches, and you can see them right now, and it's just the anguish from two veterans. Keep in mind, these are two guys who are used to this.
Sure.
But like the amount of anguish on their face is just, it's so telling.
Well, again, Gamerbee has the plan. He sticks with Elena. There's no sense to go to Adon. Things were working out pretty well. He took one game, and he was super close to taking the second.
Right.
So in a moment like that, there's really no need to panic and switch away. He is changing a little bit, just in that he's walking forward more. You know, it's not like he's pressing buttons. He's not being very buttonsy right now. It's just that he's threatening with movement, which is very nice.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like the air Jaguar kick or the ground Jaguar kick. That's how Gamerbee kind of uses Elena's slide. You know, very pick your moment times to try to get in there. And so he plays this kind of ground game.
Oh,
so
that
he
was
went
so
for a slide.
good.
Yeah, he went for slides that time. And very fortunate for that cross under because now he has Infiltration in the corner, except he backs off and heals again.
Yeah.
Healing.
So slide is not something that he can go to a lot because her slide doesn't go under Chun-Li Fireball like it does under some others. And that's probably part of why Infiltration went with Chun-Li here. Yeah, you see what I mean? It traded right there rather than just going under.
And Gamerbee trying to get in there.
Oh, he can definitely still do it.
Yeah, builds the life back. Oh, hey, guess what?
Yeah, again, the slide just loses to Fireball.
Again, good round from Infiltration.
Well,
and one of the things I do want to paint as well is that even up to this point, the amount Gamerbee started top 8 in losers bracket. He's played a lot of matches. He's had to beat a lot of people coming over here. This guy is mentally tired at this point. I mean, he is being mentally stretched, and he's fatigued at this point in time. And that's one of the things that makes this match so remarkable, is seeing how Gamerbee can persevere through even all of that into fighting one of the best players that there is.
Yeah, in a very grueling set. Yeah, smart on the punish. You know, a risk from Infiltration, but it's not... Oh, that was very nice.
Yeah.
That was very nice. Nice little whiff punish.
But that doesn't kill, and that's a problem.
Yeah, if you don't kill Elena, she's gonna come back
oh,
to
look,
life.
I didn't cancel it. That means I gained all this life, and all you did was standing strong me.
Yeah.
Okay, so she tied the life up, even though she was basically dead in that situation.
Ooh. How's he gonna make this comeback? Oh, it's with Elena's ridiculous lack of hurt boxes. I'm telling you, there is no hurt box on that jump fierce.
Yeah,
That jump fierce is hard to anti-air.
It's really interesting because Infiltration has successfully anti-aired it like 3 or 4 times, and then just that one time,
just a different spot and time. That's all.
Just was just enough to give Elena that victory. And again, shout outs to Gamerbee for the concentration to be able to land that combo, because that Elena combo is not easy. A lot of one-frame links in there. And so a reprieve here for Gamerbee. Basically stealing around And now, oh, jeez.
And again, almost full. This time infiltration blocks, which is good. That makes a real tricky setup, but okay.
Just needs time to fight Gamerbee, yeah. But again, like you said, not a lot of buttons. Just taking advantage. I mean, it's really interesting because both Elena and Adon are really kind of good at this normal buttons kind of keep away kind of game.
Yeah, this range, this third screen, half screen range, sure, they are both very successful there. So this is a great example of that life swing that we were talking about. Chun-Li lost a couple hundred, and all of a sudden Elena has almost half life.
Yeah, Gamerbee could have killed. He could have went for a much tougher combo. He went for a simpler combo just to decide to gain the life because he didn't want to drop any of Elena's combos. So really nice decision making, and Gamerbee takes game 3, and infiltration, is basically has his back against the wall at this point. And you got to imagine now with Gamerbee, he's just sitting here thinking to himself, I stole that one. Like, I have one more game to win. This is my time to get in. But this is where infiltration kind of stalls a little.
Yeah, he takes some time to figure out what to do, and by some time we mean almost 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And in fact, long enough that one of the EVO founders came up and actually ran the clock on him.
Yeah.
the clock, the timer, to pick a character.
Yeah, because we couldn't all sit there forever. We had to get infiltration to pick something. So we're going to jump ahead a little bit to speed it up.
Yeah.
So, but as you can see on your screen there, he went with Jury. After a lot of deliberation, infiltration went with Jury.
He plays so many different characters, and I guess one of them was Jury. And he plays her, I guess, well enough that he was willing to let his EVO 2015 ride on Jury. At this point, if he loses with her, he's done. Even if he wins a game with her, he has to stick with her.
Right.
So he's willing to let that happen. As far as Gamerbee game planning for this, hard to expect the Jury.
Yeah.
Hard to expect the Jury.
And it's really interesting, too, because you see he's just trying to build meter. He's trying to go with that same tactic. And then all of a sudden that Jury dive kick comes in, which might be one of the reasons why he picked this character, so he can traverse the screen super fast to catch healing. And so now all of a sudden, Gamerbee, I feel like, gets kind of thrown for a loop a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good punish. But, he's testing it out a little bit as Gamerbee. He has healing again anyway, so no big deal.
Oh, he doesn't even use it. Okay, good stuff. And now he does. And just like that, oh, look at me. I have life lead. But see,
maybe not, but
yeah, well,
he did briefly.
Before the dive kick, for sure, yeah. But Gamerbee's still looking pretty solid here. It seems like he's kind of weathered this Jury storm a little bit. Yeah,
he definitely is looking good. The way he's playing in the mid-range is solid right now. He's going in when he needs to, and other than that, just hanging back. Oh, I love that he stands up very consistently against Jury overhead. Very consistent with that. He only gets hit with it one time.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, when you stand up, you actually become thinner a lot of the times. If you're crouching, you're easier to hit. And so by standing up, that's kind of what's making that overhead miss. Like if Elena had stayed crouching, she might have gotten hit. I mean, there is Elena hurt boxes, but
she's a little unusual.
But here comes Gamerbee. He's at tournament point now. Oh, I'm sorry, not tournament point, but match point.
Yes.
He's at match point to get into grand finals. So, must be feeling kind of good for himself.
Well, that's a big miss. He's really had only a couple of those. Yeah, just great recovery. Right back in there.
Keeps the aggression going. You see he's not letting infiltration get away. And look at this. Just about ready to take it at this point.
Yeah, gigantic life lead, and he's so good at getting life back that, hard to see how he loses this round.
Yeah, Gamerbee smells victory here, but then here comes infiltration.
Yeah, there's that reset. That overhead reset. This is the only one he gets hit by, but that was enough. That's the power of that Ultra, and it's not often that you see that character, although another Jury player made top 8.
Yeah, that's right.
But you don't see her very often. But she has such potential, damage potential. And that's one of the rounds where you can really see it.
Right. And now you are at match point, huge life lead, and suddenly you just, like, where did your life go? You've lost. at this point, like, I know we say this a lot in a lot of these match videos, but lesser players would crumble at this point.
Especially with, as you mentioned, how many matches he's played in this top 8. Starting off in loser's bracket, you have a longer road than you do from winner's side, like Infiltration did. So he's just played a lot, and played a lot of grueling matches. This one is no different.
Right, because Infiltration, if you guys weren't aware of this, he made it all the way into winners finals and got knocked into losers by Momochi. So he has played probably half the matches that Gamerbee has, getting to this same match.
I like how Gamerbee deals with this a little bit better. You know, he's moving a little bit more.
He challenges it a little bit, but then here comes Infiltration, and he's going to win off of that Feng Shui engine again.
Right. But you know, it's important to see that Gamerbee was willing to challenge it a little bit more that time.
And Infiltration runs out of water.
That's actually really perfect. For the situation.
No, I think Gamerbee sits here and thinks for a little bit, but I kind of want to stick around on this because this is just, it's so fun to watch these players right now. Like, you see Infiltration, he's so uncomfortable. He's really trying to diffuse the situation with, isn't this crazy? And Gamerbee's having none of it right now. And it's just such a fascination to see how they deal with it differently. And looks like Gamerbee decides to go back to his character, the character that he made famous. In fact, he's such a prolific 8-on player that sometimes when I see 8-on on screen, I call him Gamerbee.
Do you really?
By accident, Again, it takes Gamerbee a little bit of time to actually go with this character, so we're going to skip a little bit ahead here.
Well, like I said, I wonder if he was just not expecting a jury. And so, you know, typically you go into these situations with game plans. If my opponent picks this character, I'll pick either Elena or 8-on. But jury, it maybe not be something that he thought about in advance. So maybe now is the time where he thinks about it, which of these characters, you know, in the way that Infiltration is playing jury, and sort of trying to see which one would work better.
And he decides to go with 8-on. So he's going to let it all ride on this character, like we said, that he is so well known for using. And this is the last match. So this has been a grind already.
That's for sure.
And so now you see Gamerbee, like you said, kind of playing that same game.
I really think so. I really feel like he just walks to a spot, it's a good spot, and he presses roundhouse when it's the right time, and he presses the Jaguar kick. Well, that wasn't the right time, but he does it usually at the right spot.
And you saw there, too, he also stood up to Jury's stand roundhouse, I think it is, where she goes into the air. He's really on the lookout for those overheads.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, just trying to slowly move her into the corner.
And being successful. Well, and that's mobility by Infiltration. But, you know, 8-on has enough movement that's not that big of a deal.
But again, Gamerbee down in life. Remember, it looked like he was totally going to win when Infiltration made that crazy comeback. So things are not looking good for Gamerbee here. Yeah,
he was in the previous game. He was doing good, right? But or he was until Infiltration came back. In that round, he's lost as well. So now it's one round away for Infiltration. It's match point Infiltration. It's completely reversed.
Yeah, and how much do you think he might be sitting there going, man, maybe I should have went with Elena. But, you know, he's got to play his character. These are the cards that he dealt himself. So, God, look at that. It's just a reaction to those anytime he sees her go up into the air. But again, it's not surprising that she's always in the corner. And there you see one of those uppercuts that he's willing to take in those block situations. A lot of people would be too scared to try uppercuts in those situations.
Yeah, again, I don't think he puts himself in those situations very often. Oh, that was so sick. But when he is in there, he's willing to take the risks.
Yeah, that one jump that you were saying sick just did not look like it was going to hit.
No, well, yeah. That's why Infiltration got hit.
Yep. Oof.
Yeah, I love that he challenges it.
Yep, and here comes, just mistimes the safe jump.
Because Gamerbee saw in the previous round, the last one as Elena against Jury, when he challenged a little bit more, you know, he did end up getting hit after all, but he did better than the previous round where he just got dunked for 90% of his life.
Right. Yeah, so he's trying to be aggressive now. But he can't rely on this focus dash back healing strategy anymore, so it really changes kind of the game plan that he's playing.
Yeah, it is a more offensive style, and it's more of an offensive contain. You know, it's not super strong pressure, but he really is good at maintaining that corner control.
Now look at this. He has a life lead. So you're going to see him play a little bit different. He starts to play a lot more defensively. Well, he goes in there, but yeah, actually, the thing about this is it's so close. It's really, you can't risk staying back anymore.
No. Yeah, he's still just making this offensive contain happen. Mm-hmm. And you see him backdash even to that exact right spot.
Right.
Good stuff.
And here comes that Ultra, which has caused Gamerbee a lot of problems, but look at this contest that he's doing. He's really going at it, and Infiltration basically gives up the ghost at that point in time. He just says, you know what, I'm just going to go back to my chucking fireballs. But the problem is Infiltration needs to get in there, because look at the time. It's about to run out, so you can see Infiltration trying to be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, a little bit more active. He's trying to feign a dive kick, something like that. But really running out of time at this point.
Right, so now Gamerbee is going to bet it all by just trying to run here.
Ooh, yeah. And look, at this point, you take all the grabs in the world.
But Infiltration goes for this and...
Oh!
That last jump attack connected. It drained life.
Yikes.
And it was just a few pixels too short. And there you guys see the human drama that is Street Fighter. What makes Street Fighter so amazing. You get one elated player, and then Mr. Infiltration here.
He's a pretty good sport.
Yeah, he's a pretty good sport. He's an amazing player.
Yeah.
He's won Evo before. He knows that was a hard-fought match.
Oh, yeah.
And he knows that Gamerbee played it right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he I don't think he's going to go back and be like, man, why did he heal on me all day, you know?
No, absolutely. That was as close as it comes. I mean, within just a few pixels, it was almost literally as close as it comes.
Yeah, but I mean, again, the reason why I point out the whole thing about like Infiltration knows he played right is just because, like I mentioned before, so it almost turned the audience against Gamerbee at one point in time because he was playing that strategy. He almost became the heel at some point in time. So yeah. Yeah,
but you know, he did what he needed to do, and I think you could see his style. I think you can see how he approaches the game in that set. And I love that he went back to Adon, and he had the right, you know, in that time where he thought about which character to pick and how to approach it. I thought that he thought the correct way, and he dealt with it very well. Yeah. In that final game.
Yeah, and to be honest with you guys, if you want to see how it all played out in the end, you can check out our Momochi video, because that video will be the video where you'll actually see the match that takes place after this, which is the Evo Grand Finals. Also, an extremely epic match.
So it was that whole Street Fighter 4 top 8 was grueling. It
was ridiculous. Yeah, probably the most just torture that I've seen come through these players.
Tough.
Yeah,
very tough. So that was Evo, and like we said, Gamerbee has had a bunch of success in Ultra and throughout Street Fighter 4.
Right.
But rarely has he had that first place. When it comes to Capcom Cup, what do you think he's going to need to do to get that first place?
If he wants to win Capcom Cup, what he really, really, really needs to do, I feel like... So, I mentioned before, one of the key things about what Gamerbee has done that's changed was the addition of Elena into his character lineup. I feel like we mentioned, he's kind of synonymous with Adon at this point in time. He has to be equally synonymous with Elena at this point. He has to understand that character and know that character inside out, like he knows. I almost called him Gamerbee. See?
Did you really?
Yeah, I really did. He has to know that character inside out, just like he knows Adon.
Okay.
And if he has spent a lot of time perfecting that his Elena play, I think he can take this, because he has two very good characters that both suit his style, that take care of a lot of different matchups. So if he has both of those in his pocket playing at the highest level, there's no reason why he couldn't take this.
That sounds right to me. Yeah. As far as an obstacle that's in his way, any thoughts on that?
To be honest with you, Gamerbee, Bruce, very emotional player.
Okay.
Very, very emotional player. We saw this last year when he did not make Capcom Cup.
Yeah.
He tried so hard, and when he fell short, it got to him.
Oh, yeah.
He almost quit Street Fighter.
I mean, he talked about it publicly. He
Yes,
talked about quitting publicly on Twitter, and it seemed like a real possibility.
It was almost like, I can't take this anymore.
Yeah.
I can't do this to myself anymore.
Right.
So he is a very, very emotional person. I feel like he might get in his own head sometimes.
Yeah.
And if that happens, that's going to be a problem. But, it's that emotion, that passion that he has that I also think makes him a good player. It's one of those double-edged swords kind of thing. And one of the reasons why that I got so emotional watching his journey through this top 8 at EVO. So yeah,
No, I think that sounds right. But I will say that I feel like he showed at EVO that he can conquer that.
Right. So how do you think he's going to do at Capcom Cup?
I think he'll do very well.
Yeah.
I think that he's one of the threats.
Okay.
Yeah, I really do. I think he plays great. I think I do think that was a problem for him. What you're bringing up, but I think that at EVO he showed that he can overcome that, and I feel like that was one of the final things that was sort of limiting him, and without that, I feel like he is a major threat.
Yeah, I also remember too, after he threatened retirement last year, he came back and he said he did a lot of thinking about it, and he was playing a lot looser. He tried to put a little less pressure on himself, and I think that helped a lot too. So that's why we've seen so much success out of him in this 2015. So,
I think so too.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to see Gamerbee and you want to see him basically play this 8-on and Elena to perfection like he does here, tune in to Capcom Cup. If you're in San Francisco, buy a ticket.
Yeah, you should really check it out. I'm sure it will be a blast. If you're not in the Bay Area, if you can't make it to San Francisco, it will of course be streamed live on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters.
That's right. And again, December 5th through 6th at the PlayStation Experience. If you can buy a ticket, definitely make it to that. Also, be sure to follow them on Twitter at Capcom Fighters to find out all the updates that are going to be leading up to the Capcom Cup as well.
And if you like this sort of analysis that we do, you might want to check out our own channel, our own series of videos, which you can find at twitch.tv and youtube.com/UltraChenTV.
That's right, and you can follow us on Twitter as well, at UltraChenTV.
That's right. All right, well, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you at Capcom Cup.